I actually run two wedding companies. One of them is all about venues, and they're both based on the Gold Coast. So I guess one of the biggest benefits that franchising has given to me is the flexibility to do what I want. And I guess what my goals are, I guess, in life is just to be able to live that beach bum lifestyle and travel around the world when I want to, and not actually be tied down to a physical business. When particularly working weddings, you have to be really reliable, and you get phone calls all the time and you have to return them within 24 hours. Otherwise, you have brides absolutely freaking out if you don't reply to emails or phone calls. So I guess when I first started my business, after a year, I felt really trapped in my business, because if I wasn't there, the business didn't go anywhere and there'd be a lot of breakdowns happening. So I guess for the first year, I took no holidays. I was like run into the ground. I was working 6 to 7 days a week, and there was many weekends I was calling my husband on the phone in tears, going, I can't handle it. Like, there'll be all these different things happening in business. Like, linen wouldn't turn up. And, you need to deliver like a wedding. You don't have time, you can't be late. Everything has to be 100%. So we'd have lots of different breakdowns like that, and I was just trying to do it all by myself. I didn't have any staff, and it just wasn't a very good business model, and I worked that out quite quickly when I got to a point of I've had enough, I want to sell the business. So I went to the business broker, and he gave me a business valuation of about $30,000. And he said I'd be very lucky to even sell it for that much, because it was worth nothing. And it broke my heart, because I've been working my ass off, and he's just like, you've only been operating for a year. No one's going to buy a business that's been operating for a year, and you'll have a really difficult time selling it. I decided to franchise, so that was about 18 months ago. It took me 3 months to put the system together. I had a consultant actually talk me through it, which was amazing, because when you're trying to translate like anything in franchising, you're like, what does that mean? So that really helped me. And I settled on my first franchise the very first month that my documents were ready from my solicitor. And I did this with no marketing. So I had a pre-sale during the 3 months. I was just telling people what I was doing, and I also shared with my staff as well. There was actually a staff member who was working for me 5 hours a week, only 5 hours a week, who actually bought the very first franchise. So that was pretty cool, like literally selling a franchise as soon as it was ready. And now I have 5 franchisees. I actually settled on number 5 last night, so I was very, very excited. Yep. And I guess the main reason, the great thing back to my business broker, who told me your business is worth nothing. You've only been operating for a year. You'll be lucky to get 30,000. And the main reason why I wanted to sell it in the first place was to have the lifestyle where I could travel, and the business didn't rely on me being there 100% of the time. And that's literally the life that I'm living now. Last year, I went to pretty much after every franchise sale, I go on a big overseas holiday. And last year, I went to Hawaii. And then I went to Bali twice, and then I went to Hawaii again in December, and then New York, and then the Bahamas. And then we've just come back from a full month in the States. So in the States, the whole time that I was away, there was a franchise being processed, and my solicitor was looking after it. And I came back this week, and the documents were already signed, and yesterday I signed them. So that's the kind of thing, I still can't believe I'm just, this year has probably been the biggest year for me to really translate from actively working for money to money just coming passively. Actually now, my company has a valuation of about $300,000. So I don't know anybody else who's actually, 10 times the value in 2 years. And there's certain things that I have done in the last 2 years that have given me that kind of valuation.